Okay, I'll call the meeting to order of July 16th, 2020, Jamestown City Council meeting. I need a motion to approve the minutes dated for June 18th, 2020.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. First and foremost, I need to have a motion to amend the agenda for tonight. We will need to add the resolution for Kentucky Infrastructure Authority for the funding for our downtown water project, and also to add a much-deserved police officer. Can I have a motion?
So much. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. I feel like I've been doing this a lot lately. But as the chief told me once, all good things have to come to an end. And tonight, we're going to pause just for one moment to thank an individual who answered a call. He was retired. He had served his time. He had fulfilled his duty. But there was a call that that Chief Kearns made, and myself, to ask Jamie Rogers to come help out a small town. Fellas, I want to tell you, he didn't hesitate. He didn't wait. He didn't say, let me think about it. He said, absolutely. I will be there. And for these times, he has been absolutely amazing. Second to none. But tonight, we say bye and thank you. I can't thank you enough for helping us during a time that we needed it. We will never replace you. We will hire another one, but they'll never replace you. And I will never forget you not saying no, because you could have. And we all know that. So for that, we're going to take one moment to present this small, very small appreciation to Officer Jamie Rogers from the Jamestown Police. An appreciation and recognition for an honorable and dedicated service to the citizens of Jamestown and the Jamestown Police Department. Jamie, if you'll come forward. On behalf of the city of Jamestown, all we can say is thank you. You'll always be one of us, and if you ever need us, don't hesitate to call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Jim.
We do, Jamie.
Thank you.
Put some on that sunburn.
Lay on the beach. It will be somewhere, I guarantee you. Yeah. Did you have to have surgery? Going to? No.
Okay. Now to the business at hand. Back in April, the Kentucky Legislative moved on a House Bill 298. It's the police pursuit. Chief, you want to elaborate?
Yeah, this is
similar to a couple years ago where they just updated and mandated the sexual assault policy. They're asking all the law enforcement agencies in the state of Kentucky to update the policy. Ours hadn't been updated in quite a while, so it's state mandated. I think everyone has the packet where they should have everything that we sent to you. They sent us a model policy to go by. Larry Wesley was instrumental in that. He made that policy for us. He wrote several policies for his department, Somerset, Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, and we're lucky to have him working for us now on a part-time basis. We took that model policy along with some of the other departments and looked at that to make the policy better for you, but it's state mandated that we make a new police pursuit policy for our policy. So.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for the chief? Okay. With that being said, we'll need a motion to adopt the Jamestown Police Department pursuit policy. I'll need a motion.
Do we have a choice but to adopt it?
Well, it's state mandated, so no.
I make a motion to adopt it.
What, Virginia?
There's just a lot of stuff in it that's gonna have to be mandatory to be done. I mean, from reading what all it's gonna require anytime there's a pursuit to be going on.
Yeah.
What's your opinion there?
Well, there's a lot of stuff to it. There's been a lot of actions that's taken place in the state, across the country with pursuits. I mean, it should have been updated a long time ago, to be honest with you, the pursuit policies. The two things, the sexual assault, that was a couple years ago, now the pursuit policy. We're in the midst of updating all of our policies. I mean, every policy across the board. This one is just state mandated that we do it right now, so. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff in there.
There's a lot of hoops to jump through.
Yes.
Are you comfortable with what's in it that has to be done?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, definitely.
Okay.
So as far as the state doing that, you've got no choice.
No, that is state mandate, I think, from the governor.
Yes.
On the
Yeah,
bill.
that's what
You mentioned the bill.
Governor.
Yeah, every state across, or every law
Every-
enforcement agency
right.
across the state has to update theirs.
Well, I don't think I'm much choice, but,
I just wanted to make sure they were
Yeah.
comfortable with all the stuff that's in there that's got to be done.
I don't see how you're gonna be
We're
doing all
adopting
this
that
for
policy.
food or even thinking of it.
And the meats and potatoes of it was a model policy that was sent to us from the League of Cities. When we even took above that, we took other police departments' policies, looked at theirs, added some things, reworked a few things. So we just didn't take the model policy word for word. We went above that. We went above the model policy, so.
I'll make a motion if they're comfortable with it, to approve it.
Okay.
The chief's comfortable with what's got to be done.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. We received a resolution from the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, basically for funding. We have applied for a grant, which we're in the process with this resolution to be able to receive it. It's for $500,000, which will go a long ways on our downtown water project, this is what it has to be used for. So, with that being said, do I have a motion to accept it?
Motion to accept it.
Any opposed? I'm sorry. All those in favor?
You gotta get a second.
Oh, yes, motion. And a second.
I'll-
Okay, thank you. I was reading. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All right. Hopefully everyone has had an opportunity to look at the monthly Jamestown Police Department report activity. Chief, you're doing an outstanding job.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions about that? Hearing none, we'll move on. Just wanted to give a brief update on some things. We have, our new police cruiser has been delivered. Larry Wesley is is the person who is received that new vehicle. It's a K9 unit. If you've never seen a K9 unit, it's something to see. It is state of the art. And we got that, the police cruiser, like we've done all the police cruisers through a grant. They pay for 75%, we pay for the 25%. So since we bought all our vehicles that way, we've saved pretty much somewhere, last time I put the numbers to it, almost $500,000 total. So that's kudos to you all for approving all those grant applications. We'll be doing some updates to the monument in a joint effort with the American Legion Post 133. I met with Dan Woodruff, talked to him today, and also met with him today, and he supports our decision to help them be in a agreement to update it to a point that it just, there's been a lot of, as you all know, been a lot of accidents that's happened, and there's been a lot of trucks that have hit it, and I just feel like I've looked at it over this quarantine time, and it kind of looks like it needs a little TLC. If nothing else, it deserves to be updated. It represents everything to me. With that being said, I would like to form a committee of 3 of you all. I would like, if no objection, is Regina, Hinton, Tony, Ride, and Barry to be on that committee and work in conjunction with the American Legion to get the ball rolling, to get an updated, to make it, get a fresh look to it. It desperately needs it.
Glad to. With that being brought up, there was a professor retired from, I think, from Moorhead, and he'd done some research, and I talked to Dan about this also, and I don't know if there's anything to be done, but we've got several Russell County men that died in the war, in World War II, that are not listed on there. Even though back then they made, wherever they went in at, a lot of times they put them in as being from there.
Okay.
And you know what I'm talking about?
That was from Louisville.
Yeah.
That's where he went.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where they put you.
Yeah. So found out that I've got actually my grandmother's nephew actually was joined and was killed, and they put him from being from Indianapolis.
Right.
So I don't know if there's anything we can do, that wouldn't be just really expensive. I don't know how you put any more names on there. But that is he did bring that to my attention. I do have a list of names.
Okay. Well,
It's a complete list.
Cool. Everything he could find, yeah. I don't know if it's complete, but I mean that's everything he could round up.
well, what we can do,
I can bring it. I can show it to y'all.
well, what we can do is we can, when we have a meeting with them, we can submit those names, and we can see what we can do. I mean, I think everybody ought to be recognized.
I don't know.
I think
So
just one panel's all that have to be replaced on that.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think those are individual panels. I think you could take that one panel off and order a new one and put the new one.
Yeah. Dan's got the list right now, but, we can look at it.
Okay. Well, no, we're gonna look into it, because I wanted to, I've been driving around it, well, since I could drive, before then. I just feel like it needs to just, as my mother used to say, it just needs to have a little pretty on it.
Will the water project affect the all of these?
It will not, it will not. So that's, I thought, and I know this is me thinking probably too much into it, but we're kind of gonna have a little bit of construction going on anyway. Why not add a little bit more?
Well, speaking of the water and the monument, the water faucet, there's a little well up there with a lid over it.
Right.
And they keep a water hose down in there to water flowers and that kind of stuff with, and the spigot is broken, you can't turn the spigot on and off, so.
Okay. We'll look at that too. See, I mean, there's numerous things that need to be replaced and fixed and better, and that's what I want to do. I want to make it better. So I appreciate you all willing to serve on that, and I'll schedule a meeting with Dan. He wanted to get with his members and select those 3 for them, and we'll go from there. Okay? All right. In the upcoming months, we're going to be taking sealed bids on equipment and vehicles that we're going to be replacing, the trucks that we're going to be replacing from the agreement that we made with Don Franklin. We're going to take sealed bids on those stuff, and there's some equipment that we're going to do the same with. We're going to make it all in one conglomerate. The trucks will be, one's going to be delivered possibly next week, and the other 3 is going to be they'll be staggered a month, 2 weeks, somewhere in that ballpark. But within the 1st of September, everything should be here.
Do we not already have one of them? I thought I saw them driving one the other morning.
No, not yet. I talked to Bill from Don Franklin yesterday, and they are getting it all upfitted this week, and hopefully by next week one of them will be here then. So we're very much needed with the liability and everything else. This will help tremendously. So I personally thank you all for agreeing to do this. It's a good move, not only for a safety side, but for a financial side, from both ends, from the city and for the workman's comp side too. Does anybody have anything?
It kind of comes at a bad time, I guess, after we've done purchased a piece of property, but something that I thought would be good for a long time was the Taylor property right beside the ballpark is becoming available. Which the city park will there's been landlocked for forever.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. But I've talked to Michael since Miss Taylor passed away, and it's going to take them 90 days. It's going to be probably done 30 days in, maybe close to it. But that property is going to be for sale out there.
Okay.
How many acres is that?
I don't know for sure. I just talked to Michael a couple of times on the phone real quick, but I didn't ask him how much there is there.
What about the property that we purchased though already what's going on with that? Is that something that
We're applying every time there's one that comes up for the sports complex. Is that what you're talking about, Regina?
Yes.
Yeah, we're searching. As of right now, there's nothing out there to apply for.
as far as?
A sports recreational grant as of right now.
We don't already, I thought we already had one applied.
We got denied.
Oh, we got denied.
Mm-hmm. We got denied, gosh, was it 3 or 4 months ago, something like that?
So what happens if we keep getting denied?
Well, I hope we won't. Funding is, funding is what it is. The state doesn't have any, so we're going to have to probably go to a federal level to try to get some then. So I've contacted Jamie Comer for his help, and the other, two senators. So I'm hoping that they can help out.
So we've not applied federal yet?
There's nothing, Jamie Comer said there's nothing available at this moment. See, when we first purchased the property, I talked to him, and at that moment there was nothing. And I've talked to him last week, but he didn't mention nothing to that realm.
This is bad, but I don't even know who's doing our grants.
Well, it'll be the ad office.
Well, I've heard that Russell Springs is putting one in, and I thought they were going in with us. And
Yeah, I thought they were gonna.
Well, no, I talked to Mayor Thomas, and I don't think that's his. Well, according to what I talked to him yesterday, he was looking at something else put in there that he's
They've
clearing out.
already started clearing the land.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, they're clearing, yeah.
But what he told me was it was not going to be.
It's not a sports thing.
Uh-uh.
I just wondered, because I thought they were supposed to go in with us, and if they're putting in their own.
No, they're not. As far as I know, that's not what his intentions is for that cleared off piece of property. He says it's not big enough anyway, but he said that's not what his intentions are.
But we are still continuing to try to.
Absolutely.
Sports complex.
Absolutely.
Is he still talking about maybe partnering with us?
Yes. Oh, yes. I mean, he wants one just about as I do. So,
Well, Russell Springs is gonna benefit, if we get one, Russell Springs is gonna benefit.
absolutely. I mean, this touches everything. I mean, I as y'all seen, we was at a baseball park last Saturday and Sunday. There's a ton of people walks through there, and it will help everybody.
So they're kind of still in it with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
okay.
No. Both of our common goals are to get a sports complex here in Russell County.
Well, what do we need to do to try to find somebody?
I would
that
contact
gives
her.
a grant?
I would contact our congressmen and our senators.
This McConnell law bill will swing that.
Well, you'd think.
You'd think.
You would think.
I don't know, I tell you, the way things have been going and some of the stuff they've been to do,
I know, we just hate to have that there and not have anything going on it, if we could get something.
We've got a pretty good
going
investment
there.
there. Now, as far as,
Pretty much.
if you could refresh my memory, as far as the timber goes on that property,
Mhm.
did we keep the timber?
No,
No.
no.
Did you ever get to talk to any of them Carters about that?
The other.
The other property?
Yeah, they
clearing?
think, the one bit of property, or the timber, you had Bench Frisbee came down here and looked at that, or
Uh-huh.
he did.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
And y'all didn't come to nothing there.
No.
And I had, I'll have to dig them up again, I had two more companies that would look.
Okay. I do. But yeah, I'm.
But everything kinda happened since then, and everything's, with all the pandemic and everything, things are kinda, but now they're still wide open up there,
Right. So whatever you want to send them, absolutely. We'd love to have them.
So I'll get you 2 or 3 more
Sure.
people to look at it if you want to.
Absolutely. More the merrier.
More the merrier, better chance you got to get more money.
That's right.
So we get the money from whoever does the timber off of that land?
If we-
I think you're talking about 2 different pieces of land. I think you're talking about the sports complex.
No, we don't get none of that.
No, we don't get none of that.
And he's talking about
The Dabney farm.
Yeah.
I thought though when we bought that sports complex, it was the.
It was in the deal, they gotta keep the
They got
timber.
to keep it, yes.
Oh, I thought.
But they also had to clear,
They did.
They had to.
they had to make
They
it where
have.
you could sow grass.
Yes.
Right?
They did. They lived up to everything that they've done.
Oh,
Have they begun work on that timber clearing yet?
Yes, they've already done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
also, that's already done.
That's already done. Yeah. No, they had a year to get it all done. and they've done it.
I don't know, for some reason I was thinking that we were taking bids on doing that.
That was, we would take the bids for the Dabney
The
Farm.
one over at Dabney.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
So no interest in it.
Yeah, we've had interest. We just know we not got the amount that we would like. So, does anybody have anything else? Okay. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
And I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed can stay here.